Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have this bomb-ass chicken mole recipe. If you want to learn how to make this, whether it's for your mom, your grandma, your boyfriend, your Sancho, whoever it is, if you want to learn how to make this, then just keep on watching. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much. So these are all of the ingredients that you will be needing for the mole. I'm going to go ahead and list everything in the description down below just in case that you miss any of this. Here I'm just showing you how I'm going to cut open my chile pasilla and remove, no, not chile pasilla, sorry, my chiles guajillos. We're going to remove all of the seeds. Along with the Pasilla Ancho, you're going to take all the seeds out as well. After you've removed all the seeds from your chiles, next step is to fry all of the condiments that you're adding for the mole, which is all the spices you just saw. I'm adding some oil to a hot pan, and then I'm going to fry everything. Go ahead and check your oil, make sure it's sizzling before you add your things, your ingredients, so they don't get soggy. I'm starting off with the tortillas. There's really no particular order. Be careful that you don't burn your garlic or your chiles. Your garlic should look like this, just slightly golden brown, no more than that. It will make your mole better if you let it get too fried. So the Chile Guajillo, I'm literally just adding it, flipping it, and it's done. Like I said, if you let this cook too long, it will burn and it will add a bitter taste to your mole. Go ahead and repeat the steps with all of your ingredients. I forgot to mention you will be needing a piece of onion as well. Once you're done frying all of your ingredients, you're going to add about a cup of warm to hot water in a plate and soak up all of the things you just fried. This will help soften up the chilies and blend nicely later. For chicken, I'm using this non-GMO chicken. This is from a local farm. You can find this at Safeway. Not sure if your Safeway carries it, Like I said, this is from a local farm, and they happen to carry it at Safeway. The name is Rocky. I absolutely love this chicken. It is so good, soft. It's just, I really love it. I really recommend this brand. And then this is actually the chicken breast. I'm going to use about half of it. And since the bone is what adds the most flavor, I'm using about 4 drumsticks. Here I'm just showing you how I clean my chicken. For the drumstick, I completely take off. Oh, I can't talk today. I completely take off all of the skin. I don't like skin or bones. If it was up to me, I would do just chicken breast. But like I said, bones do add more flavor to your dish. So just go ahead and add some type of bone in. For my chicken breast, I literally take off all of the white and red things I see. I'm so picky. So just go ahead and clean it up how you do it. I'm not going to tell you like, oh, take this off, don't take that off. It's really up to you. But if you want to know how I do it, I take off all of the rib meat stuff going on there and leave it nice and clean. And of course, after I'm done cutting off all the yucky things, I do wash it and make sure it's nice and clean. Next step is to blend the mole. If you hear some purring, this is my kitty. He's hella needy, but just go ahead and blend everything. I'm starting off with 1 cup of water, but as you can see, I eventually add about another 2 cups. So we're just going to keep adding as we go. Next step. My summers are so hard. But okay. Next step is to add some oil to a hot pan. I'm adding my chicken, so I'm gonna lightly fry this. There's a couple ways you can do it. Either you sear it in a pan like I am, or you boil it with some mint, garlic, onion. But I like this way better. So to season my chicken, I'm adding Lawry's garlic salt and seasoned salt. Go ahead and add a little bit of each at a time. Flip your chicken and add a little more. So make sure it's nice and seasoned. That way the chicken does pick up some nice flavor right now. But if you don't put enough seasoning, eventually once you add the mole and you add salt, it'll be good. Here I'm just adding a tiny bit more. So you want to be flipping your chicken periodically. You don't want it to burn. You want all the edges to get nice and golden. And your chicken doesn't have to be cooked 100%. It can be cooked like to a 60% and the rest will cook with the sauce. So this is how we want it to get nice and golden. My chicken actually started sticking to the bottom of this pan. So I'm going to take out the one that's cooked to the point where I want it to be. Okay, so next
Okay, so next
Noah.
time I'm going to put you in the tomato. And so I don't know if you in that tomato. You see the boko.
Oh my
You see the
God.
muscle.
Have kids say Fred. Stop, Noah.
You're my name is Noah. My so cool.
So go ahead and strain your chile. Just go ahead and tap the sides of it and all the liquid will come out, and then the thicker stuff that didn't blend all the way will stay on top. So this mole is actually going to cook for a while. Here I'm just adding more mixture that I blended. I threw back the stuff that didn't blend fully into the blender, added water, and strained it again. I'm salting to taste. I don't know, it'll probably take up to like a tablespoon of salt, but just add a little bit as you go, and just keep trying until it gets to the perfect salt level that you like. Go ahead and cover it and let it cook for, I want to say, an hour and a half. This is what your consistency should look like. So moving on to my macaroni salad, you want to bring some water to a boil. I'm using this macaroni salad. This is just what I had. I'm using about 2 cups of it dry, and I'm adding it to, like I said, boiling water. Make sure you add a little spoon of salt. This macaroni recipe is super easy. You will only be needing carrots, green onion, sweet pepper, and celery. So I use mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, salt and pepper to season my macaroni salad. So I've already drained my macaroni salad. Now I'm just gonna add as I go. I do a little bit of mayo. It's mainly just kind of for color. And then here I add a little mayo, but I eventually add more. I just mix it, and whatever I think it needs a little bit more of, then I just go ahead and add. So it's to your own personal preference. So now I'm moving on to my rice. I'm using 1 tomato, 1 or 2 garlic, and a slice of onion. You're going to need the cup that you'll be using to measure. So I'm going to blend this stuff with 1 cup of water. When I fill up my cup, I don't necessarily go all the way to the top, but almost completely full. Go ahead and add some oil to a hot pan and add your washed rice. Make sure you're stirring almost the whole time so none of it burns and it gets golden evenly. You want to fry your rice on a good medium to high heat and keep stirring. That way it's all nice and golden. You don't want it to burn. The measurement that I used was the mug that I showed you when I was blending the tomato and stuff. I used 1 mug of those, so I'm going to double in water. Here I'm just adding that 1 cup of water with the mixture that I showed you. I'm adding the 2nd cup of water, almost to the top, but not quite. And then to season, I use the Knorr tomato. I just add as I go, so I kind of eye it. I add a little bit, I mix it, try it, and then if it needs more, then you just add a bit more. My son loves corn, so we add corn to the rice. I use this organic corn from Trader Joe's. It's the best. I add about a handful of it, mix it, and once it comes to a boil, I cover it and bring the heat down to low. And make sure it stays covered so it cooks well. Okay, after a good 10 to 15 minutes, I uncover my rice, and here I'm going to fluff my rice. Flip from the outer in. So I'm not really stirring it, I'm just flipping it in. I'm going to go ahead and cover that and not open it again. I'm just going to let it cook for another 5 to 7 minutes and keep it covered for the rest of the time. Here was an attempt of me trying to plate my food, but the camera kept stopping for whatever reason. But this recipe is so good, you guys. I hope you guys try it, and if you do try it, go ahead and post it and tag me in it. It's literally so good. This will for sure make you into wifey material. Go ahead and try this. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video.